Hey, what's going on, dudes? My name is MrRhexx, and we're back with some more LorePlay, Elder Scrolls Skyrim. On the last episode, we had a small conversation about the special edition, and I guess we pretty much finished the Dark Brotherhood questline. We just have to sort of complete just the last sections of it. In this case, we're gonna have to go to Brotherhood to receive the 20,000 gold pieces that are left for us to pick up as per the agreement with Windshear. And I suppose then we'll just go back to Dawnstar to just finish up the quest and maybe get some of the Radiant quest lines after you know, at the very end of the Dark Brotherhood quest line, which I don't think we're gonna do, but you know, might as well just go through that process. I'm gonna have you guys vote, by the way, on what we should do next. We gotta figure out if we're gonna do the Thieves Guild or the Companions or whatever else you guys might be interested in.
Crimes against Skyrim and your people. What say you in your defense?
I say that I'm just gonna have to pay for this.
Smart man.
Because I have a lot of money. I'm not actually thinking of... I will. I'm not actually thinking of improving the Brotherhood, I guess, Dawnstar Sanctuary. I'm thinking of just keeping the money. And we'll talk about that actually in just a bit. First and foremost, I did forget on the last episode that if you just talk to Marrow, he will actually attack you, which obviously allows you to defend yourself and not incur the wrath of the guards, and should allow me to kill him without really suffering any penalties.
By the gods. You! It can't be. You're dead. You! Never should have come.
We did kill his son, so of course he's gonna be upset. Of course, it's wise for you to... Oh, you did not, dude. He's gonna kill you. I don't even think I have to do anything, to be honest. Okay, no, I might have to actually do something. But always make sure to wait until he attacks you, just to be safe. There we have it. Nothing really too interesting, but the quest is completed. Just for our own sake, making sure that we get that optional. The other thing, we did forget about Windshear. At least I forgot about Windshear. You guys were very kind to remind me of it. Windshear is a special weapon that is found uniquely at the edge of the Kataraya, which we're gonna go ahead and get. It's one of the strongest weapons in the game. I think I'm just gonna have to go up the slow way, actually. I don't see a way of... Let me just get in there really fast. And here we are, we're just gonna go ahead and kill this guys real quick. But I believe Windshear, for the most part, is considered to be one of the strongest weapons in the game. It has most definitely one of the strongest abilities in the game. Which is not going to be inherently obvious as soon as we pick it up, and you guys are going to see... Wow, I'm really having a struggle going up those staircases. Those guys are not a problem. I shouldn't even bother, but I will. Windshear has the ability of knocking people down when you bash with the weapon. However, what's actually really powerful is the fact that it has a hidden ability, an ability that is not told to you in the weapon, which is whenever you hit with Windshear, you have a 100% chance of staggering the target, which I suppose is just for... Staircase is probably better off me just actually showing you than explaining to you how that works, but here it is. It's one of those weapons that, I mean, unless you're really exploring this game, or just reading in the wiki, or just having someone actually tell you that this weapon is here, very likely that you're gonna miss it. So you can see, it's a scimitar. A unique enchantment that you cannot disenchant. You cannot take this and put it in another weapon. Special. Bash attacks made with this weapon have a chance of knocking enemies down. Precisely, it is a 39% chance of knocking them down, and we're gonna go ahead and try and have that happen. First of all, let me just remove my offhand ability. So a bash is this. This has a 40% chance, or 39% to be precise, chance of actually doing that, as you can see. It's alright. It's mostly for giving it to your party members. If you give this to Lydia, she becomes an unstoppable force of death. I think we might one-shot him. Yeah, so we're gonna have to actually find a suitable target. We're actually gonna be doing some fighting today. So I'm gonna keep this for now, and I'll let you guys see what it actually does further into the episode. So what are we gonna do now? What I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna save that level up for when I'm in danger. And let's go ahead and actually pick up our money. Alright, so I'm re-recording this once again, just simply because I felt like I didn't tell the story correctly, and I just wanna take a redo at this. So here we go. So first and foremost, we will go and collect our money, but first I want to read this. It's an explorer that was found. Well, obviously you can see the remains of him by the book. I was skeptical, but it's obvious now. The old hymns had truth to them. The relief wasn't far from the entrance. Just as they said, I have no doubt now that it hides the entrance to Kvenel's tomb. The 2 keys must be hidden somewhere nearby, ceremonial replicas of Oaken and Educh, favored weapons when Kvenel went into battle. I don't dare explore further without hiring bodyguards. And I mean, yeah, you sort of get where the rest of is going. He seemingly was killed because he did not hire bodyguards. But who is Kvenel the Tongue? Well, as the name implies, Kvenel used to be a tongue. He used to be one of those ancient Nordic warriors with the ability to produce the voice. Something that for the most part, it is sort of understood that anyone can learn. It's just a matter of a lot of training and a lot of, I guess, patience. It's an art form. Something that, however, even though anyone can learn it, it mostly does seem like the Nordic people have some semblance of inherent ease to this that other cultures might not necessarily have. It is told to us that the Nords are the sons of the storm, that they and obviously we know that shouts are storms of voice. So there's something related to the fact that the Nord people are sort of like chosen for this particular, you know, style of magic, and because of that they have an easier time, I suppose, learning this. The quest here is to collect the replicas of Oaken and Educh. As you can see here, that's Educh, which we already collected from. I believe we passed through here the first time when we went to talk to Man Motier. I believe I collected it. We'll go and sort of retrace our steps just so that you guys can see where it is. Not very complicated though. And this would be Oaken. Of course, these are just replicas that we're just supposed to put here. But obviously that's the tomb called Elder's Cairn. This is where Kvenel the Tongue is located. We're gonna go ahead and, I guess, slay him, because that's what the Dragonborn likes to do. So first and foremost, let's just go ahead and quickly gather our money. Not a problem. 20,000 gold pieces. And then we just have to report to Nasir, and we're pretty much going to complete the quest line for the Dark Brotherhood. Like I said, I'm not going to be upgrading our Downstar Sanctuary, so we're just gonna go ahead and keep the money. On the other hand, and this is just like a tip, if you guys don't mind doing Radiant quests, I would definitely suggest upgrading the Torture Chamber in the Dawnstar Sanctuary, and then just do the repeating quest lines that the tortured people give you, because it's a very nice way of earning money. Obviously, they're repeating, and they give you about 1,000 to 2,000 gold pieces each, so a very, very nice way of actually earning some money. Now, this is the location where I'm actually going to show you why Windshear is broken as hell. I'm just gonna go ahead and see if I can force this. Check it out. You see that? That's a stagger. It happens 100% of the time. Clearly broken. This is why people either don't use this weapon or do use it. Get wrecked. It is understood to me that you can do this. Oh my god, this has just been a blessing, that trap. It is understood that you can do this with every creature in the game. I'm not sure if that's true. I would like to test it on dragons just to be sure and safe, because I'm honestly not sure, and I don't want to just say something that is not true. Where are you? Well, I cannot get to that guy, so maybe we'll deal with them later. So maybe at some point, if I can, I'll try and test this with a dragon, or you guys can just go ahead and tell me in the comments below if this works. And of course, those of you who are interested in knowing the answer, just look into the comments, and I'm sure that people are going to answer. Yeah, this is clearly broken. Like, I can just do this forever, virtually having the ability to kill any creature in the game. So obviously we're not gonna do that because that is just sort of lame. The other way of utilizing the weapon would be to give it over to... Oh, I'm being called. Nope, 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 not right now. You can give it over to Lydia or another sort of combat-oriented companion, and they can abuse the hell out of it as well. Not something we're gonna do, however. But anyways, I believe, I don't remember anymore because it's been a while, but I believe this is where you get the ceremonial axe. Pretty easy to get. I mean, you can't really get lost in this map. And decapitated. Nice. Now, I personally don't truly understand why there's druggers in dungeons such as these. Druggers are supposed to be, obviously, servants of the dragon priests. They are supposed to be fueling their energies into the dragon priest, making sure the dragon priest is alive and well so that Alduin can then revive him. They're just sort of servants of that whole, you know, culture and civilization. This is an ancient Nordic tomb of a warrior that was from way after the war actually happened. So, honestly, I'm not sure why druggers are even found here. I think it's just one of those things that sometimes you just have to suspend your disbelief and just say, or not suspend, I don't know. Sometimes you have to accept the notion that this is a game and we have to kill stuff, otherwise it's not fun. And it's a tomb, so might as well just put druggers in them, but I don't think they're truly supposed to be here. But not much we can do. They're still fun anyways. Now the battle... Oh, totally missed that. The battle against Kvenel, the Tong, is going to be pretty difficult. Obviously, Educh and Oaking are very powerful magical weapons. Whenever they strike, they both produce 10 points of extra frost damage. So you can see it's a very frost-oriented enemy. He can also summon a Frost Atronak on top of his frost weapons. So if you have frost resistance, I mean, this guy would be the guy to try it. He's a very difficult enemy otherwise. But if you have anything that resists frost, this would be the time. Oh, this guy can actually disarm you, so you better be careful. I'm just going ahead and surround him with damage. Do we have any... I guess I can just level up to get my stamina back. So you can forcefully stagger people by using this. Which I don't feel is as OP as the Windshear, because the Windshear is still like 100%, but you guys know what I mean. It's still pretty useful. But yeah, if you have any frost resistance, obviously this is the time to use it. If you have frost attacks, I mean fire attacks, and of course you want to do this in here as well. Where would the axe be? Do I already have it? I don't really pay too much attention when I'm talking. I don't have it yet. But I believe it should be somewhere in here. Suppose we just continue, no? Oh boy. Where are you? Oh, there it is. It's pretty obvious too, but I am clinically blind apparently. So yeah, Kvenel. There is not much really to know about Kvenel. He was seemingly a very, not just powerful, but a very well-known hero. And it is known to us because he had a lot to do with, you know, thanes and emperors. Like he had a lot of interviews, I suppose, with these people of very sort of high repute. What we do know, however, is that Educh was his first weapon, and Oaken was obviously the second weapon. Now, Oaken And this story is not particularly that interesting, but it's pretty much the only thing we have. And I'm going to go ahead and tell it before we even get in there, because it's very hard to tell a story while battling. So, there was this very famous blacksmith called Hanan, or Hammam. I think it was Hammam Forgefire. This blacksmith was famous just all across the globe. People would come to him for, if they wanted a really powerful sort of magical mace done, he would be the one to, you know, make it for these people. However, there was this, you know, as always, there's this jealous individual who would wish to have that much fame, or I guess ability, but didn't. This other individual called Gerhild Coldheart, which was very jealous of Hammam. Well, Kvenel, the Tong, the warrior that we're just about to kill, asked Hammam to create Oaken for him, and he did. Gerhild became really jealous and ended up praying to Molag Bal. Said, "Hey, Molag Bal, I want to become as famous as Hammam." And after 6 days of praying, Molag Bal came and said, "Alright, if you kill Hammam with your own creations, with your own blades, I will make you more famous than Hammam." And she said, "Hells yeah." So as soon as Hammam gave the axe to Kvenel, she went over to his forge, Gerhild, and murdered Hammam in cold blood. She stuck one of her own blades directly into his heart. It is said that Hammam fell, as this happened, backwards into his own forge, and then burned alive in his forge. It is also said that his ashes didn't actually form, that his body didn't actually disappear in the flames for over 3 days, in which time the screams of pain could be heard by Gerhild that entire time. Gerhild eventually was found out and she was beheaded, but it is said that that whole shebang, the beheading process, was such a popular event that for that moment she did indeed become more famous than Hammam. And that's why you don't deal with Daedrus, let alone Molag Bal, because they will twist their words and screw you over. Nothing more really to talk about Kvenel. He was just a nice hero. Nothing necessarily too important about him, but we're just gonna go ahead and kill him and obtain his weapons. Now, I believe there's gonna be a few combat encounters. There's gonna be a ward wall at the end for Aura Whisper, I believe. Oh boy, here we go. Also, there is supposed to be a pretty famous Draugr in here, and I'm gonna go ahead and quick save. I'll see if I can find it. Okay, let me see. Do I have anything cool that I can use against this individual? Because this is gonna be a pretty hard encounter. I think I could slow time, mark for dead. I'll just rather force, I suppose. This is gonna be pretty hard. I can't, my thing is buggy. I can't shout. Oh my god, it's hard. It's a really hard battle. The weapons do a lot of damage, and of course the Daedra is gonna be also pretty tricky. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna summon my Aeternac. I'm not really gonna edit this, so you guys are just gonna see me struggle through this entire time, and I will just quiet up and see if I can do this. Gonna make sure that I can kill. Do I have any? Yeah, I suppose I can do Adrenaline Rush. Spectral Assassin. That'll remove the Daedra. Seems like it. That's fine. I'm gonna use all of my spells. That's my friend. It looks so similar to. Slow will also, or frost rather, will also slow you down, which is just a pain. It's so hard. Let's see. So, do I have any of those frost resist? Resist fire. Oh my god. Resist 20% of frost damage. We can do that. I don't think I need that necessarily, but that's fine. Yeah, I think I'm pretty screwed, boys. Oh my god, it's so much damage. Alright, we'll try one more time. Oh my god, it just consumes me. That is hard. I do want to say though, I'm not blind to the, I guess, double standard of saying that Windshear is broken and shouldn't be used, and then just completely cheesing this guy with Adrenaline Rush and the power attack. I think the main difference though is that I'm actually building for this, right? Like, I'm spending a lot of points into the whole dual building block to at least be able to do substantial amount of damage by using the power attack. It consumes stamina, of course, and I need to use Adrenaline Rush, otherwise I would never be able to pick this up. Like, there's a lot of gears that are turning for me to be able to make this happen, whereas you could literally just be like a mage and just attacking with Windshear. I mean, I will own it though. I am using a really powerful combination of skills to make this happen. That's pretty nice. So I'm not blind to the irony, is all I'm saying. Or the double standard.
Listener, there is no higher honor.
Well, that's nice. Alright, so I gotta loot this guy. There we go. So, Oaken and Eduk. Target takes 10 points of frost damage to health and stamina, and the same thing with Eduk. Pretty nice. Gonna go ahead and pick this up. Oh, who are you? There we go. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make a straw poll to have you guys vote on what you all want me to do next. Anything is on the table. You can even add options to it. I don't know. I'm scared. I'm a little scared of allowing you guys to add options to it. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. Thieves Guilds, companions, just go and kill just all the random dragon priests. I mean, whatever you guys want to do, just vote on it, and we'll make sure to do it. I guess all that's left for this episode now is for me to just go back to the Brotherhood Dawnstar Sanctuary, and then finally, I suppose, completing this. So let's go ahead and do that.
Well, what word of the Emperor? Truly? Could you have brought us more wondrous news? Recent events notwithstanding, this is a happy day for us, my friend. Despite your misfortunes, you stayed true to the Dark Brotherhood. You've saved us all, and for this, you have my eternal thanks. Now, of course, I must ask, killing the Emperor, how much did Motier pay for such a thing?
The game does make you believe that, I mean, there is a difference between actually telling him the truth or just simply lying. Actually, nothing happens. If you tell him one way or the other, nothing changes.
Ha! Remarkable. Well, the old bastard certainly made it worth your while, didn't he? Now, might I offer some advice? You should go to Riften and find Delvin Mallory. I believe Astrid had you visit him once before. Mallory is an expert obtainer of goods. We can use the money to repair and refit the sanctuary. Make a true home for us, huh? You do that, and I'll see what I can do about recruiting some new additions to our family.
There we go. You can turn this into, like I said before, into a torture chamber. It's pretty worth it because, oh my god, dude.
Do now.
You're epic and stuff, but come on. Come on. Yeah, you can turn this into a torture chamber, and you can ask those individuals for caches of money, which are radiant quests. They're always sort of randomized, and eventually they will repeat themselves, but it's a nice way of making money, because every single cache of money is going to give you about 1,000 to 2,000 gold pieces, so...
It is done. Emperor Titus Mede II lies dead. And the Dark Brotherhood yet lives. But our work is just beginning. Approach me, listener, and hear my words. Yet another child has prayed to their mother. Speak with the unemployed laborer at the Frostbrute Inn in Rorik's stead. Accept his gold, then kill the target. So begins a contract, bound in blood.
Just like the tortured individuals in the torture chamber, this quest line is also radiant, which means that it will just repeat over and over again with randomized results and targets. Nothing really comes out of this other than money and, yeah, and death, I suppose. So we're just gonna go ahead and not do that. If you want to completely upgrade the Dark Brotherhood base... Oh, hello, dude. It's going to cost you in total 19,000 gold pieces, which is obviously just 1,000 short to what you actually got at the very end of the quest line. So it's usually a net profit anyways, but it's a lot of money that you're losing, man.
Oh yes, it is, Cicero. You were a fool to spare me. What, did you think I would be grateful? Cicero should be listener, not you. Now you will die.
Psych.
Gotcha! Oh, listener, you should see the look on your face. Oh, Cicero has returned, not to kill the kind listener, but to serve until one of us dies horribly in service to our mother. Best friends forever. In the meantime, I'll make myself at home in the sanctuary. I'm sure Mother needs tending.
I hope that you guys enjoyed the episode, and I will see you all on the next LorePlay video. See you all next time.